Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Railgan and Barcode, a new Gettysburg, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, it is Barcode. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player, it is Railgan. So a ZVP for you guys here. I know it's not everybody's favorite matchup, but it is mine, so I'm going to cast this. Alright, so new Gettysburg, gold base, up top, really narrow path between the two bases, which I guess you can block off with a pylon or a supply depot if that is your wish. Another alternate attack path here, blocked off by rocks, but the next alternate attack path is just right here, so I'm not sure why you would break down these rocks. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments of this video. Alright, so a PVZ. It looks like Railgan is actually going for the hatch first. A little surprising. He has been known to go for the pool first here. I guess that's mostly against Terran, whereas this is a ZVP. And yeah, it is a gateway expand here from the Barcode player. So gateway into, I'm going to assume a Nexus. Yep, saving up those minerals up to almost a 300 count or so. And here comes the probe taking that really narrow path around to see what is going on. Really nothing to worry about. It is a hatchery, extractor, into pool. All that great stuff. And yeah, we're going to follow this probe for just a little bit. Just a little bit. And we'll see what the probe can see. Not much. I mean, might actually try to block off this third base here, so we'll see what happens on that one. Cybernetics core on the way for the Protoss player, and there's the block. There's the block. Can Railgun kill this thing or get it out of the way? A really good Protoss player here at the GM level, which is what this is. We'll just throw down a pylon when the probe takes too many hits, and then effectively just blocking it anyway. It's more of an investment, but oh, it gets it. Wow, that was close. Railgun does manage to get the third. It is delayed. It is delayed, but not as annoying as if the probe had actually gotten a pylon down. So waited just a little bit too long, or I'm not sure if that was the entire plan. Regardless, but there's the Cyber Core, there's the Warp Gate research. And there's the first Stalker. So a Stalker on the way in this PVZ. Speed coming up for Railgun. Getting some speedlings for sure. I mean, sometimes he skips it. Sometimes players we've seen will skip speed, which I feel really uncomfortable about. I just feel like speedlings have utility all throughout the game, and just not having them seems moderately terrifying. Alrighty then, so here it is. Robotics facility being the tech of choice for right on there. I assume that's going to be an observer first. Stalker killing that sucker, and did he scout the... He scouted it. Oh, what a great scout by that Overlord. Comes back on in, actually, to double check what it is, and it is a robotics facility. Overlord dies, having fulfilled its purpose, and bam. Stalker gets a kill. Supply blocking Railgun, which is a little bit surprising. I guess, I mean, for about 3 seconds. Not a huge problem, but still. Ling's moving on out. They should be able to get a scout here. This is not a wall. This is not a wall. It's a big thing to wall off is the problem. Ling's checking for a quick third Nexus. There's not one there. Again, they're slow, so they're the worst units in the game. Overlord scouted this already. I'm not sure why the Lings are running around checking for proxy stuff, I suppose, but... And I guess the scout was a little bit unnecessary. The Overlord saw everything that was going on in here anyway. And yes, an observer coming out first of all, and a robotics bay. Second tech choice here from our Protoss player. Ling's trying to get here, but there's an adept blocking the way. There's a stalker there too. Nah. Nope. Time to run away home. Observer going to be doing some scouting here. Income tab shows us 35 to 34 total harvesters. There's an extractor. There's that pool. There's an inject on the queen. And yeah, Ling's just trying to hold this path in case any adepts try to come through, in case any probes try to come through. They should be able to handle that without too much problem. There is a warp prism on the way, though. Protoss players do like their warp prisms out of that robotics facility. Perhaps disruptor drop is what we're going to see out of this Barcode player. Seems entirely possible. APM for these guys about the same, about 150, 150. So not huge, but again, it is GM level. Some pretty fun stuff can come out of this as well. And immediately, no, getting gravitic drive, first of all. So wants warp prisms, wants them fast. Ah, taking this base. So I didn't mention these island bases previously. These are not accessible except by air. And yeah, it looks like Barcode's going to take a shot here. This is risky. This is hard to defend if like a ton of mutas show up. Although that doesn't seem to be what Railgun is going for. He's definitely going roaches. Some Lings popping up the ramp there. He has a static defense somewhere. He's making a spine crawler. There it is. So worried about this third base, but not really worried about any other of his locations. Creep spread continuing across the way here. And yes, Lings on the ground. Here comes the Warp Prism. Ah, it is a Disruptor. Okay, I was going to say, so Disruptor coming on out. I'm going to see what damage it can do. Any Overlord spotting that? I think that Overlord saw that thing. I just don't know what army is available right now for Railgun. Seven roaches. All right, here it is. Queen desperately trying to kill. Run, probes, run. Ah, pretty good run there. Not bad. Not too shabby. Three drones have been killed so far in this game. Again, the Queens really want to kill the Disruptors. It's just they're so fast. They're so nimble. Didn't even really get it down to any hull damage whatsoever. Ling's trying to do this thing, recognizing, okay, that was a quick Disruptor drop. I think we can do some damage here. If we can break through this, you almost need Banelings though. You're going to break through that wall. There's not enough. I mean, yeah, I didn't even go for it. Triple Stargate follow-up. Triple Stargate follow-up out of our barcode player. Interesting indeed. You can't see that from here, right? Nope, that wall keeps that very hidden. Very hidden indeed. Is he coming back around for another go? No, but he's going to take this base too. Huh. So this is sneaky. I like this quite a bit. So double Disruptor drop is now here. Those probes, I think, was a misclick. Overlord scouting stuff out. Does end up seeing that base. Sees the Warp Prism moving on in. There's a Spire coming up for Railgun. And here comes some Lings. Come on. Drop, they say. Drop. Surround your Disruptor and kill it immediately. And there it is. And does get the hit. Oh, does get the hit. Total number of 0. Oh, it gets stuck. Oh, no. Couldn't get picked up. Wait, was there another one that showed up? How did he have 3 all of a sudden? I don't know. I don't know. Overlord, did you scout this one? You got to scout this one, man. Railgun, scout this base. It has been around for a while now. Infestation Pit, Spire on the way. But the problem is that going Spire kind of deals with these giant Phoenix Ball that we're seeing out of the Protoss player, and a Fleet Beacon, no less. Oh boy, Fleet Beacon there, 4th base up for the Railgun. Disruptor really wants to do some stuff here. Purification Nova 1, Purification Nova 2, bam and bam. Thank you for coming. 15 workers have been killed at 63 to 50 total harvesters. Railgun needs to do something. He needs to kill a base. He needs to find out about this base, which, again, really no guarantee that's ever going to happen. But that's A-okay. We have photon cannons coming up to defend against any Mutalisk harassment that might come. And that was Swarm Host, everybody. That was definitely Swarm Host. Can you, Swarm Host, hop over the wall? Ooh, that might actually be good. Another Disruptor drop kills the Spine Crawler. That's insanity. 19 drones have been killed so far, 63 to 55. This has been an impressive display. Phoenix Ball looking big. Do not make mutas. Ah, he is doing it. Oh, look at that. Launching from over here onto this island base, and this should be enough DPS to take this sucker out. Locusts hit like trucks. Bam, that's it. Maybe even getting a pylon before they go. Yep, getting a pylon too, so nicely done. Pooping creep here. Phoenix should be able to kill this Overlord. They decide actually that is something they do not plan on doing. Corruptors getting some shots off on these Phoenix. And yeah, Swarm Hosts want no part of this. Swarm Hosts can't shoot up. The Locusts, despite the fact that they can fly, cannot shoot anything in the air. They have to land to attack, so keeping these guys safe is kind of your top priority right now, Railgun. Carriers, though. What? Triple carrier coming out of barcode. This is awesome. This is great. Haven't seen carriers in a long time. One Phoenix does die, but takes a Corruptor with it. Another attempted drop there. So successful. So successful. 22 drones killed, but at 63 to 61 total harvesters. Railgun is not that far behind in worker count. Can he survive these incredible Disruptor drops that Barcode has been doing pretty much the entire game thus far? Alright, that base is up and running. I just feel like you bring the Swarm Host over here. He just doesn't know about this base is the problem. You have to assume there's a base here. Why would they take the one closer to you and not take the one farther away from you, Railgun? This is what I would like to know. Corruptors, oh, did they find the Warp Prism? It's so fast, though. This is not paying attention, in which case it's dead. In which case it is dead. Alright, so that base is scouted. That base is scouted. Excellent decision there as well. Phoenix trying to fly right on in. There is a Spine Crawler and a Spore Crawler almost complete with the Queen. That should be a nice deterrent against this many Phoenix. I mean, blah, blah, blah. Definitely getting some workers, but can't just sit here killing all of them. Although he mostly did there, I suppose. Queens stabbing away, stabbing away. There just aren't enough of them. Lifting, and guess what? Corruptor's coming in from the left side. Yeah, get out. Get out. Get out of there. Scouting Phoenix, maybe trying to pick off a couple Overlords. It just takes a lot of shots to actually kill an Overlord. Swarm Host and Lings mixing on in. Trying to do some more harassment here. And no, not going to happen. There's air here. None of this stuff can shoot up. Run. Run. There are carriers. What? There are carriers. So additional corruptors on the way. Additional lings on the way too. Can he break? I mean, the problem is the carriers. Are this enough corruptor to deal with it? I do not know. There goes the locust pop though. Where do they land? Where do they land? I guess they land here. Corruptor's doing very well actually with their extra damage versus massive. 20 damage versus massive. Can they get rid of them? The locust cleaning up most of the stuff on the ground here. Assimilator dying. The carriers are gone. Carriers are, well, most of them are gone. There are still 2 more here though. Cooldown, massive right now. Just hugely still big. It's a like 34-second cooldown on those things. More of them coming on in. Railgun is desperate to make this happen. Can he do it? Not without the locusts, I don't think. Not without the locusts. There it is. Locust running on in, and caustic spray being used on this third base. I don't know that Barcode can afford to lose this third base. Oh, what? It's still alive. What? Oh, okay. I guess the corruptors were needed elsewhere. Corruptors needed elsewhere. Don't attack interceptors. Attack carriers. There it is. Attacking carriers. Smart move. And this might actually, I mean, I'm surprised at how effective these corruptors have been. I suppose this is what they're built for, is going against capital ships. And this carrier has been a lot of dead stuff, and that's it. Barcode is defeated. Railgun is victorious, and Zerg wins the game with Swarm Hosts. So nicely done, Railgun. I feel like the carrier play was a little bit gutsy from Barcode. I loved it. I honestly loved it quite a bit. The Warp Prism drops were very good as well, but in the end, it's just you didn't really have an answer to the Corruptors. The Corruptors, I mean, just absolutely massacred the carriers. 6 of them ended up being killed right there. Resources lost. It's about 9,000 for the Protoss player, about 7,000 for the Zerg player. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.